Oh man, just got out watching the Odyssey. Um, a little bit lost for words because I don't know what to expect when I went in, but I'm really searching for words to describe the movie. And probably the one word that suits it the best is epic. Because to make an epic movie, first, sort of the secret sauce that you need is the ability to blend multiple genres into one. And Christopher Nolan has outdone himself in doing so in this movie. Um, like, before I go into like the story and all that, we know the story. What people go to the movies to watch this and experience is how Christopher Nolan treated a classic like the Odyssey. And he has done mighty justice to it, I have to say. And because the controversy surrounding Odyssey, I mean, we all know, like, it was like the most disliked trailer in the history of trailers on YouTube. The army of negativity, the people who are like spreading so much negativity, and many of them just probably thought this is another woke movie, and Christopher Nolan has fallen from grace, and he's just using this movie to push propaganda, blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? But let me tell you, if you miss out on this movie thinking any of that, it's your loss. It's completely your loss, because this movie delivers exactly what it promises. And I would probably even go as far as to call this maybe Nolan's second best work. I don't know if it can topple The Dark Knight. At least for me, it doesn't. But man, solid. It's among the top three for sure. And like, I can just go on about this movie like forever, but let's get to the good parts, right? Some people said the first 30 minutes of the movie is a bit of a slog. I disagree. It's setting up the story, it's setting up the characters, it's making us familiar with the world that they live in, and it still has some really good moments in it. And Anne Hathaway's performance, I found to be the highlight of this movie. I really enjoyed it. Matt Damon, without mentioning, he played the character of Odysseus so well. And it's such a physically demanding character, even at his age, right? And he played that so well. Yeah, throughout. It's yeah, I'm a bit of loss of words at describing how epic it was, right? And we watched it not in 70 mm IMAX. I think we watched the 1:9 format. It's sort of mini baby IMAX. And I'm glad that I chose it, because the 70 mm IMAX here in Melbourne was completely booked out for weeks and weeks. So we had to choose the baby one. And even then, once you get into the movie, you sort of realize that, like, you don't realize that, okay, time is flowing, and you're not even analyzing it, you're just in it. You're just completely immersed into this world of spectacular sceneries. I don't know where they shot it. I think they did shoot it in the Greek island somewhere, maybe other places as well. Real locations, man. No green screen, no amounts of effect can replace the immersion that real locations bring you. So, I mean, Christopher Nolan is known for that. Another controversy, or probably the biggest controversy for people going into this movie with the trailers and all the language that they use. So the language that they use is not your Old English, your romanticized version of like Shakespearean English, let's say. It has some American accents. It's very mixed. And it does not put you off from the movie at all. You don't care about it. You don't care that Spider-Man, what's his name? Tom Holland is calling him dad. Okay, and he refers to him as father in many other situations when he's referring to him in third person, but he's calling him dad. None of that matters because when you produce something of this supreme quality in terms of the craft and filmmaking and dialogues and character dynamics, everything else becomes sort of secondary. Everything else becomes so secondary. Another thing was the addition of Elliot Page. I think everyone knows who Elliot Page is. And he was being portrayed as a warrior, the bravest warrior in Greek. That's what I read in the comments, and we're like, okay, how could this person, it's being pushed, right? It's not authentic. No one's going to believe that this person is the bravest, the bravest warrior in Greece. But bravery has different forms. You could be so brave by sacrificing yourself, and I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil it. I don't want to. But all of that, all of those criticisms and all of those controversies seem like just utter noise after watching this movie, because this movie has all the elements that a great epic film should have. And I don't know how Nolan mastered that with just one film. I mean, you can say The Dark Knight was an epic film, but this is an epic saga because, and I felt like he left a lot in the chopping block. Probably because of the runtime. I heard that you can only shoot for up to 3 hours on IMAX. Could be because of that. Because of the IMAX projectors can't do more than 3 hours. But I would have probably enjoyed it more if it was like 3.5 hours long. I probably would not have cared. And the movie has such themes of, so an epic film, like I said, the blending of genres as well as the blending of themes. The themes of love, friendship, loyalty, betrayal. Yeah, all of it's there. All of it's there. And Robert Pattinson, fantastic job. I enjoyed his character, and his performance was, there's no off performance in this film. Nothing sort of sticks out. There's some Nolan movies where certain performances, especially from, your Batman Begins, and certain dialogue sticking out like a sore thumb. None of that. It's sort of the perfect movie. It's actually executed really well with so much care. And, well, let's say Helen of Troy, the controversy surrounding the Helen of Troy being a black person. I didn't care. I don't. And again, if you miss out on this movie because you care that they casted a beautiful black person, in my opinion, as Helen of Troy, again, you're just missing out. And she's only in the movie for like 2 or 3 minutes, I think. And it's not really that integral to the plot, even her character. She is actually. But anyway, it's when you put it next to all the things that make this movie work, none of it matters. It's the authenticity of this film doesn't come from the casting or maybe even the costumes. It comes from the journey of Odysseus, who he is as a person, and the themes of, again, loyalty, friendship, love. And it all works. It all comes together so incredibly well. I can just keep on going on about this movie, but I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to say, to me, this movie, even after the first watch, was a solid 9 out of 10. And I don't think I can watch this again anytime soon because it's quite an intense experience. And I'm going to probably wait for a couple of weeks for seats to open up at the 70mm IMAX. And rewatch it. But I need time to digest what I saw properly. And highly recommended, a 9 out of 10. Try and watch it in the biggest screen possible. But even if you don't have an IMAX format screen near you, try and watch it in the biggest screen possible. and I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you.